What is going on, YouTube? Today we are back in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and I want to go over a greatsword build that I have. Now this is a crit draw build, but typically with crit draw builds you want the highest damage greatsword you can find, and also the most damaging skills. But today we're going to be using the Chameleos greatsword and utilizing the poison to increase our attack power. So let's go over what makes this build work. Alright guys, for the people who just want the build and the decorations and the augmentations, I'm just going to slowly go down, pause to read, and then we'll jump into the skills. Coming over to our skills, guys, I first want to go over what makes a crit draw build, and then we'll go over what skills we have that will enhance our Chameleos and Greatsword. So first off, you always need Critical Draw. Critical Draw will give us at level 3 plus 60% affinity on our draw attacks. Next up we have Weakness Exploit. That'll give us another 50% increased affinity when we hit monsters' weak spots. So we're sitting at that 100% affinity threshold. Next, we have Critical Boost. Critical Boost, when we hit those critical hits, we'll get a 40% increased damage. And then Part Breaker, since we're doing crit draw, we're going to be targeting tails, horns, heads. We'll get another 30% increased damage on top of that. Next up is Quick Sheath. We're only going to be using certain parts of our greatsword, certain combos from our greatsword. So we're going to be going in and out. We're going to be attacking really fast and then coming back in to attack. So we need to be able to sheath our weapon. But I think sheathing in Rise is pretty good, pretty fast as is. So if you want to switch this out for punishing draw and you feel like you should be KOing monsters, you can do that as well. So let's move on to pretty much the skills that will enhance our Chameleos Greatsword. So our Chameleos Greatsword right now is sitting at 320 attack, and then we have 80 poison. Let's talk about the skills that will enhance that. So first off, we have Foray. Foray, pretty much whenever we poison, paralyze, or have an elemental blight on a monster, at level 3 we will get 15 plus attack power and then affinity of 20%. We don't really need the affinity, we're already sitting at 100%, but that attack power whenever we poison a monster is really good. This pairs perfectly well with Chameleos' Blessing level 4 because it extends the duration that our poison affects a monster at level 3. So at level 3 we get an extended duration for a poison, which allows us to have that extra 15 plus attack power a little bit longer. Next up we have Status Trigger. Status Trigger, whenever we perform a perfectly timed evade, we will get a bonus to our abnormal status buildup, which pretty much lets us hit poison all the time whenever we're hitting a monster, and that lasts for 12 seconds. Status Trigger pairs really good with evade window because our invulnerability frames are increased, so that window to have a perfectly timed evade is extended. So this pairs really well with Status Trigger. Build Up Boost. Build Up Boost pretty much is whenever we're doing poison, when we're landing poison attacks. So when you hit a monster and you see that purple aura flash from your greatsword, that means you landed a poison attack that adds that poison buildup. That increases the attack power by 20% at level 3. So we're going to be doing that on top of the 15 plus attack. And then we have all these damage increases with Critical Boost and Part Breaker. We're going to be doing pretty decent damage. Now, our other skills that just come with our augmentations or with the set, we have Burst. Burst, pretty much if we hit upon any attack, we get an increase to our attack. And then if we hit 5 successful attacks at level 3, we get a huge stat boost. And then Slugger we don't need at all unless you're going to be running Punishing Draw. That's on the augmentation. Divine Blessing is always good to have. Reduces damage taken by 15%. And there's a small chance for that to happen at level 1. Evade Extender is good for Greatsword because if you overextend and you need to roll out of a move, Evade Extender will probably get you out of that, and we have that at level 1. And then we spec'd in 1 slot because we have one slot for Speed Sharpening just to get an extra tick off our sharpening. And then we have Wirebug Whisper. I always like Wirebug Whisper 1 because it extends the duration that we keep a Wirebug. So those are pretty much the skills. Next, we're going to jump into some of the switch skills I like with the build. Looking at these first 4 switch skills, the 5th one we will talk about in correlation with a skill later. We have first Guard Tackle. I just prefer Guard Tackle over the regular tackle. True Charge Slash, that'll get us the maximum amount of damage. Let's say a monster goes down. I still do like to do True Charge Slashes every once in a while, but since we're rocking a crit draw build, I don't really do this too often. You can choose Rage Slash, whichever one. Surge Slash, I think, is a lot better. It's rapid, successful attacks. You can get in and out of combat really fast. It's better for a crit draw style build rather than a Charge Slash combo. Hunter Edge, I just think Hunter Edge looks cool. You can use any one of these switch skills, but Power Sheath is a very good evasive move. Paired with Quick Sheath, it comes out a lot quicker, so you can get out the way of a monster's attack a lot faster when you have Quick Sheath, which is why I like to use Quick Sheath. That is all I have for you guys today. If you think I could improve the build in any way, let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you boys later. Peace out.